Hello, I'm Tripwire, and welcome back to my slow play of this game, this wonderful experience. One thing I realized just now, before I not went live, but started recording, was I was all like, no, I wouldn't feed my chloranthy ring to Frampt, that would be such a waste, but I'm not even using it. I've still got the rusted iron ring on, so let's go ahead and switch that. There's no reason for me to still be using the rusted iron ring up here, and to not use the chloranthy ring. It's just a great ring. I don't know why I didn't switch it before. But anyway, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you've been enjoying things. And remember last time I said, despite the fact that the way to Sen's Fortress is now open, we're not going to be going there today. We are instead going to go down, down, down into Darkroot because it's an area rife with things to do. Ah, right, we never took out this guy. So, this is a Titanite demon. Titanite being a raw material that is used in upgrades. Okay, these guys have a ridiculous range with that Titanite catch pole. And I was dodging against a rock over there, some rubble. But, I can't remember the exact lore on these guys, but they... like, something happened and... that is not... you never want to start an explanation with something happened. It just shows you don't know what the fuck you're talking about from the get-go. Anyway, they're faceless. You can see their face is just flat. Faceless Titanite demons. Something about, like, the end of the world, or, like, when the age began, the, Titanite in the world became animated, or gave rise to these demons. I can't quite remember the details of it. Anyway, once you learn his attack patterns, he's not so bad. He drops Demon Titanite, which is the Titanite required to upgrade boss weapons, and boss weapons only. So anyway, if you come down here, it's the entryway to Darkroot. Darkroot's a very interesting area. It's got a lot of different paths and stuff to do. Immediately you're going to be attacked by this bush monster here. They have long reach with those vines. They're not particularly strong. And these are the guys I was referring to before that drop the consumable items useful for curing poison, bleed, and toxic. So if you pay a visit to Darkroot before, which you probably should, let's be honest here, you probably should, then you'll be all set for when you go to Blighttown. So there's a second one immediately here. Good tracking on that. I was not in the location where you first went up that attack. So you can take a right. Get off of me. I hate you. So you can take a right, and it seemingly leads to just a chasm, just a death. But it also has a path right below itself. So it winds its way down. You can see a treasure off in the distance, and a little pond, a little lake over there. Doesn't really render stuff super well at this distance with the fog effect, but that's actually the Undead Berg. That's the basement of the tower over there. We can actually, you can see the stairs leading up to the door there. Do we have that key? I don't know if we have that key. No, it's a separate key. The basement key leads to the lower end of the Berg, and then there's a watchtower basement key. Oh no, the watchtower basement key actually comes from an optional boss in Darkroot. That's right. So anyway. So we'll start by going right. So carefully wind your way down this path. And on our way down, we're going to encounter a crystal lizard up ahead. So if you're doing a build that requires Twinkling Titanite, or you need some rare materials, it's good to come here early and try your luck on this crystal lizard. Get them quick before they disappear. Twinkling Titanite and a chunk. It's pretty good. So it winds its way further down like so, and even further down. I like to hop off the end of this section here. It's just a little bit faster and gets you to the leather set and a bow and some arrows. And then we go over here. That's the way we would have come down if we hadn't dropped. So that way leads up to the basement of the watchtower, and to the left is that lake or pond we just saw. But what you want to do is come around to the right. And I'll show you a very useful item that you should probably grab earlier than I did this playthrough. It is guarded by this man, though. the Black Knight halberd wielding Black Knight. That is the best weapon in the game. Like I said, that weapon used to be make or break for speedruns. If we're very lucky, we'll get it from him, but we probably won't. Okay, that wasn't good. I'm just trying to get a backstab, man. Can you be cool for like 2 seconds? Thank you. Two more seconds? Could you be cool for? Thank you. Nope, just a blue chunk. Unfortunate. So, your opportunities to get the Black Knight halberd are very limited, particularly in an early game. That was pretty much it. And now I think... Oh, okay, no. So you have one opportunity here, and then I think not any other opportunity until the Tomb of the Giants, and then there's actually a farmable Black Knight right before the boss gate, the boss fog door for Gwyn, the final boss. So come around this corner. Here's the Grass Crest Shield. The Grass Crest Shield is a very important item. Old medium metal shield of unknown origin. The Grass Crest is lightly imbued with magic, which slightly speeds stamina recovery. So, has the same effect as the Chloranthy ring we're wielding, and they do stack, like I said. And so we can equip this bad boy. And I'll do a little bit of running, and you guys can see with the two of them how fast the stamina comes back. It's crazy. And the cool part about the Grass Crest shield is it doesn't need to be wielded to be effective. You still get the boost if it's on your back. It doesn't protect you from attacks when it's on your back or anything like that, but you still get the stamina recovery passively, even if you're two-handing your weapon, which is awesome. So this little tunnel leads to a bonfire. We'll go ahead and rest at it. Why not? Oh wow, I was gonna say I don't remember what the cost of my next upgrade is gonna be. So if you continue down this little tunnel, you'll actually come across the elevator for the shortcut to the Valley of the Drakes that I pointed out before, but I'm just going to go down it anyway, just to give you a better idea of the layout of this area and how it connects. This is a shortcut that I personally never really use for any purpose. I'm trying to think of when I would use it. I think, actually, if you're not a proper speed runner of this game, but you want to do a quick run, what you can do is take the Master Key as your starting gift, go down below Firelink Shrine, take the shortcut out of the gate into the Valley of Drakes, and come right here, go up and into Darkroot, and grab the Grass Crest Shield right at the beginning of the game, because stamina recovery is incredibly helpful as early as possible. So that's probably what you want to do. So here we are at the Valley. Oh, wow, that guy aggroes from really far away. There's an item over there on the bridge, and there's an item at the top of that tower over there. Okay. Well, these guys are stronger than I remembered. I don't think we want to be fighting this guy. There's not really any point. I just wanted to show you how it connects. Yeah, no, thank you, sir. Goodbye. I'm gonna go back up my elevator. Do you aggro all the way to the door? You sure are stomping, stompy boy. Did he just like rendering him weirdly? I don't think that's the sound that a dragon's footfalls would make on the ground. But, you know, they probably didn't have a dragon on hand in the audio recording booth to record those sound effects, so what are you going to do? Alright. So that's the connection to the Valley of the Drakes and the very bottom of New Londo Ruins. Again, this is a bonfire I don't really use too often, but you can make use of it. If you're a new player, it's going to come more in handy because, well, just because you'll be dying more often, and maybe you want to spawn here instead of up at the Undead Parish above Andre while you're exploring, and you know. So it's okay that we don't have the Watchtower basement key, by the way, because the Master Key will do that function for us. So we're gonna head to the other side of the basin here. Careful not to fall off anywhere along here. As you might be able to guess, it will kill you. It'll big time kill you. So we've got an item here. This will likely be your first time encountering these enemies. I don't know what they're officially referred to as. They're just crystal golems. Crystal golems, I guess. They have a few different attacks. Once you learn them, they're not hard. They're pretty slow. They can drop. Yeah, here you go. Blue Titanite chunks. Thanks, man. They can drop blue Titanite chunks. Oh shit! I'm mid-rolling now that I put the grass crest shield on. No more fast roll. Shit. But I love my fast roll. We'll take the bow off. I'm not using that right now. I'm still mid-rolling? Man, who could have guessed that a shield would be heavier than a bow? Not I. So, you may have noticed that back there's some shenanigans going on in the lake. And if we get a better look, you'll see a Hydra. And this Hydra breathes not fire, but water. It has these water torpedo attacks. Yeah, those. They travel a very long way. They can damage the crystal golems. You can actually use them to kill those for you. But they will hurt you and they will knock you down, and it is very annoying. The Hydra in general is a very annoying fight, and interestingly enough, and for decent reason if you're familiar with kind of like the story of and like the lore of this area, but the Hydra plays a key role in unlocking access to the DLC. Dark Souls 1 only has one DLC, but it is a good one, and it actually takes place in the past, not in a new location, but in this location, in Darkroot, but in the past. It's a very good DLC. That wasn't even a plunging attack, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, it was a jumping attack, but no plunge. I guess I wasn't quite high up enough. What if I do this and then plunge? Yeah, that was cool. That made me feel like a cool person. First time for everything. Oh, don't hit me. So the Hydra is kind of a pain in the ass to fight. Before we mess with that, let me show you what's up here. The Darkroot area is just full of like a lot of important things. The Grass Crest Shield's great. Black Knight Halberd, if you're lucky enough to get the drop, fantastic. The Hydra gives you access to the DLC. And then we haven't even explored the whole upper section of Darkroot Garden. This is just the basin. Like there's so much to this area. So we can unlock this with the Master Key. And it's kind of mean, actually. I never really thought about this, but hey, look, it's Havel. He was kind of like, hey, come get me. So Havel is an NPC whose weapon and armor set we actually get access to in Orlando. But his weapon is the Dragon Tooth. In the story, he was a very trusted warrior for Lord Gwyn in the fight against the Everlasting Dragons. And his weapon's called the Dragon Tooth, so I think it might actually be a tooth of an Everlasting Dragon. Crazy strength weapon, very, very strong. If you come down here before you level up too much, he will one-hit you. And, yeah, coming from this direction, he's to the right, like that. That's pretty mean. That's pretty sneaky. He's waiting, he's waiting for you. So, we're gonna do our best to fight him unfairly, because fighting him fairly... Well, I mean, fairly... I can still beat him fairly, it's just that I'd have to dodge. Shit! Oh, okay. I was fishing for that backstab and I didn't get it. No thank you, sir. There we go. They call it backstab fishing, where you backstab and then circle strafe and then get another one repeatedly. Backstab fishing is the best way to deal with this guy. He is incredibly strong. Oh my fucking god. Bruh. So, what happened there was... I hate it. I think he may have one-shot me because I had just gotten out of a dodge roll animation, so he dealt increased damage, or maybe he would just one-shot me no matter what because he's so fucking strong, but I'm gonna call shenanigans on that. The fact that, like, I don't know, man. It seemed like he was barely tracking my movements, like he had just started an attack, and he just happened to hit perfectly where I dodged to. I think that it was a combination of bad luck and that he was doing an attack that had good tracking on it. That fucking sucks. Let's go back and get our shit and try that again. So yeah, again, Havel, very strong. As a new player, you don't want to come here. But Havel is also important because not only is he an NPC that can be important for lore, but he also drops a very useful item. It is his ring. His ring is very useful. Don't kill me, bro. Don't kill me. The sad part was that like he was almost dead too. I almost had him. I was being so careful and I just like panicked. Oh shit. Dude, that was weird because like he didn't seem like he was quite done his like getting back up animation, and then he was launching into an attack, so it was like, you know. Okay, well there I had no opportunity to get behind him. Stop. That one right there, like he swings around and shit. Never mind. We staggered him. Okay, so I didn't die there, so it must have been increased damage or a different attack, but dude, the range on that Dragon Tooth is pretty killer. So you can kind of cheese him to an extent, like you can bait him out and then move away. Bait out the attack, hit him once. You can do that. Not super easy to do. Backstab fishing is by far the easiest way, but if you're afraid of the death, which I understand if you are, you can cheese him. There we go, Havel. Not gonna get me again. Havel's ring. Havel's ring boosts maximum equipment load. It boosts it by quite a lot. So if you want to wear heavier armor because you want better defensive bonuses or you want more poise, but you don't want to be fat rolling because fat rolling is the worst, and also moving slower in general, then you can equip Havel's ring and get back down to mid roll or even light roll. So very useful item. I use it situationally. I tend to use it for Spooky Ghostville, so that I don't really have to care about getting hit. There's a ton of ghosts in that area. That area is stressful as hell for new players, and even for seasoned players, it really is. The sheer number of ghosts is just terrible, and they can come through walls. And when they hit you, if you're wearing a robe set like this, you're going to stagger every time, and it can be very dangerous. But if you're wearing Havel's armor set and also Havel's ring, your character doesn't give two shits, and you can just kill them through their attacks. And that's the way I like to do that area. It also would allow you to just run past them, like ignore the ghosts completely, don't even fight them, and just run on through. Any hits you sustain along the way aren't going to slow you down with that armor on and the ring. So Havel's ring, highly recommend you pick it up at some point when you're feeling capable of defeating Havel, I suppose. So because this is going to be a playthrough where we do everything, I am going to be doing the DLC. I'm not sure when though. The DLC can be accessed. Sorry, I was just making sure to get the timing there. The DLC can be accessed pretty early on in the game, but I don't like to go there too early just because you know, it came out after the game initially released, so it's tuned a little bit higher than, you know, early game content, right? They expect you to have been playing for a little while and be capable of taking on a new challenge. And it also features the toughest bosses in the game, as is tradition in Souls games and in Bloodborne. All the toughest and coolest boss encounters in all those games are all in DLCs. They're not in vanilla. So the hardest boss encounters are... What the fuck? I don't know which one hit me, but either way, what? The toughest encounters are yet to come. Like the final boss fight of the vanilla game, Gwen, he's a bitch your first time, but the bosses in the DLC are worse. So I don't know why I'm coming down here. I'm not prepared for this yet. Shit, I wasn't thinking. I gotta change my shield. All right, Dragon Crest. Shit. All right, so anyway, the way to do... God damn it, the splash damage on that's crazy. So the way I recommend that you do this is to come down here. Actually, the Rusted Iron Ring will do you well here. So be careful because there is an edge to this. You can actually see it over there. There's an edge, and if you walk past it, you will fall into the abyss and you will insta-die, just like walking off a cliff. It's very hard to see. So what you should do is come to this distance where it's no longer range attacking you, make sure you're not going to walk into the abyss, and then block with a 100% physical shield when the heads come down, and then just attack the heads. And then rinse and repeat until it's dead. It's tedious, and it's boring. And sometimes he's a dickhole, and he'll do that, even though you think you're close enough. So when he roars like that, it means he's about to do this. I'm going to heal up, though, instead of attacking this time. Although... Alright, we got to hit in. We can see his health bar back there. It's long, it's arduous. Alright, we got rid of one of the heads. That's good. Just the most frustrating thing is when you've made good progress. God damn it. When you've made good progress, and then the entire fight resets because you walked into the abyss. So just be careful. Be very careful of where you're standing. Just trying to make sure... I need to put the rusted iron ring on. Alright, just be very careful of where you're standing. Alright, just wanted to get a couple hits in there. Alright, we're making some progress here. It's also possible to cheese this guy. I mean, there's apparently a spot over there where you can throw firebombs from and you can't get hit. I haven't been able to get it to work. But you can also just do this, block his attacks, and then throw firebombs up as far, like the highest angle you possibly can, and whittle his health down that way. That is possible. I find that this way is the most consistent way, though. Not being able to see is... There we go. Not being able to see is slightly detrimental to me making progress. We're almost there, though. I did not mean to do that jumping attack. I don't want to get that close to the edge, dude. Shit. So we're almost there. Also, the way that the Hydra lunges, the way that, like, the angle it comes in at, where it lands, where it hits, is dependent on the player position. So if I just stand here and don't get pushed around by him hitting me, he should do the same pattern every time, and like the head should land in the same spot every time. So, well, that just kind of disproved what I said, didn't it? Although actually no, probably because when you went out the previous attack, I was probably somewhere else. Yeah, okay, so it's being consistent now. So, if the heads are landing somewhere where you can no longer hit them, you can just go ahead and adjust your positioning so that you can hit them again. Although I wonder if now that I've got him in a pattern where he doesn't hit me, if I don't move and if I equip the bow, if I can just finish him off safely. I just wonder. $12 damage a pop. Oh, 16. Okay, that head's definitely closer than before, so I'm gonna go with not worth the risk. But now that they're over there again. What? Maybe, oh, was it just because I was zoomed in? Am I just wrong? Oh, it's just because I was zoomed in, so this will work. So yeah, if you hit the heads, you're going to deal more damage. The body is going to take less. No, that's definitely closer. What the fuck? Maybe it's based on where I'm facing, too. Either way, it's interesting. Alright, this is not... Like, this is fine, but it's so slow. Don't walk off the edge. Don't walk off the edge. Hit it. Okay, 2 hits. Good, good, good. I'll take it. So I like to... You can turn the camera around like that. There we go. Except that he's not dead yet, but almost. Don't do that. When he lunges, you can turn the camera around and see where the heads land so that the dirt it kicks up doesn't block your view. Can you stop it? Come here. You're being kind of a shit. Don't you know how long this episode's gone for already? I'm not... No. That was... No. That edge over there is too close for comfort. We're going to finish him off with the bow now. Now that he's only one head, he should be almost dead anyway. Yeah. I'm not falling into the abyss this close to being done. Thank you. Sheesh. So. Hydra's dead. Drops us a dragon scale and the Dusk Crown Ring. Grants extra magic castings, but halves HP. So if you're a confident spellcaster build, then you can use that. I never do. And we've got the Knight set, which I believe is the armor set they teased the game in. Like, it's the armor set the character is wearing in, like, the teasers or, like, the box art or something. I don't know. So in order to access the DLC, you actually have to go back into the corner of the lake there. You hug the waterfall and the wall over there, and you don't fall into the abyss. So anyway, that was Darkroot Basin. I didn't actually think this episode would take this long, and we wouldn't have made any progress up top. That's pretty ridiculous. So I'm going to make the run back up to where the path first forked, and I took the first right, and we'll pick up from there on the next episode of the slow play, because we have a lot more to get through and before we go on to Sen's Fortress. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you then.